The Marvel Cinematic Universe so far has been amazing. After the release of Avengers Endgame in 2019, people were excited to learn what was going to happen in the next phase of the MCU. A lot of people are fixated on the fifth Avengers movie because they want to know what it's going to be about. There are many leaks and rumors out there that we can discuss, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at some of them. Number 1. There's a pretty shocking Avengers 5 leak out there that gives a tease to what could happen in Captain Marvel 2. This movie was given an official release date of July 8th, 2022, which really isn't that far away if you think about it. According to the source known as MCU Cosmic, the Captain Marvel sequel is going to set up Avengers 5 because Captain Marvel herself is going to be the leader of the new team. This will likely mean that the Kree Skrull are going to have a large part in the upcoming MCU movies because Captain Marvel is very closely associated with them. There was actually a post-credits scene from Spider-Man Far From Home which hinted at this, because we learned that Nick Fury and Mariana Hill were actually Skrull aliens in disguise. This isn't the only thing though, because it turns out that John Watts, who helped both Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, is supposed to be the director of the next Avengers movie. This would mean that we get to see a change to what we're used to seeing from the Russo brothers with their work on the previous Avengers movies. This could mean that Spider-Man and Captain Marvel could team up in some way, which is pretty exciting to learn. Number 2, there's another leak which suggests that there could be a new secret superhero team in Avengers 5, which is pretty exciting. The original Avengers team has done a lot in the MCU, from fighting Ultron to Thanos, and they've been a massive part of the movies. However, a new superhero team could rise in time for the next Avengers movie. According to a report from the Illuminerdi, Marvel is developing a project titled Marvel's Illuminati, and apparently Kevin Feige is listed as a producer. There isn't anything else we know about this for now, so we just have to take this leak at face value, because it actually hasn't been confirmed by an official source yet. However, we can look at the comics and discuss the Illuminati, who was a secret superhero team that formed after the Kree Skrull War. The members of this group include Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Professor X, Dr. Fantastic, Namor, and Black Bolt. If this leak is true, then it means we would likely see Professor X come to the MCU. After all, the Illuminati have been involved in some of the most important comic book moments, so it would be great to see them come to the MCU. There's one issue though, and it's the fact that Tony Stark is already dead in the MCU, and he was the superhero who brought the team together. So his absence makes it less likely that this project is going to pan out. However, Marvel could simply make a few changes. It's not like they haven't done that before. Number 3. A lot of people believe that Avengers 5 villain could be MODOK, and there are good reasons to believe this. Even if he didn't show up within Avengers 5, he could come up somewhere else in the MCU. He was very nearly a part of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as there were plans to use him on the show before it ended. So we already know that Marvel wanted to use him. Within the comics, we see MODOK plot revenge on everybody, and we see him battle everyone from Captain America to Vision. Basically, his intentions and goals were to prove that he could obtain as much power and control as possible. He wanted to get his hands on the Cosmic Cube, also known as the Tesseract, so maybe within the MCU, MODOK could cross paths with Loki and try to steal the Tesseract from him, which would put him in the path of the Avengers. Going back to MODOK's appearances in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. not becoming a thing, the reason behind Marvel's decision to not show him in that series could have been because they had plans to introduce him in the MCU later on. Number 4. People have come up with so many ideas for Avengers 5, but another is that a sidekick from the MCU who was overlooked could become a supervillain in the next Avengers movie. Although Thanos is terrifying, and he is without a doubt one of the strongest supervillains out there, he didn't do everything alone. He had a group that followed him, known as the Black Order, and they would do everything that he asked. This group included Proxima Midnight, who was played by Carrie Coon, and she actually revealed something. When speaking with People magazine, Coon revealed that in Endgame, she was supposed to have a speaking role, but it was cut, also teasing that nobody ever dies in the Marvel Universe and that she could have her own Avengers movie next. Although she was mostly joking, there could actually be a way to bring her character back with the rest of the Black Order. Although this group is technically associated with Thanos, they are formidable foes, and they don't have to return to the MCU with him. Within the comics, we saw the Black Order swear allegiance to Thanos no matter what happened, and they helped him collect the Infinity Stones. As well as this, in the Avengers No Surrender comic storyline, a non-Thanos related version of the Black Order was formed by Challenger. He wanted them to fight the Grandmaster's Lethal Legion, and so they did. We know that Marvel's Phase 4 is going to bring us alternative timelines, so with that in mind, it's possible that the Black Order could show up in Avengers 5. If they were to show up, their backstories written for Infinity War could be repurposed, and if the Black Order from another timeline found out that the Avengers killed Thanos, it's very possible that they would want to get revenge. That's all for today though. What'd you think of today's video? Let us know in the comments below. But with that being said, this is the end of the video, so I'll see you in the next one.